That's a bright light. I'm sweating. So I just got the Insignia Nintendo Switch dock. Since it's a lot cheaper. This is $60. Best Buy makes it. One from Nintendo is 120 bucks. But is it good? Let's take a look, shall we? Pause time. That's over with. Okay, so here's the box. It's really... Okay, so the box is a lot smaller and more compact than I expected, which is a great thing. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so pop open the box, you're going to get the power adapter, you're going to get an HDMI cable, and you're going to get the Best Buy Insignia Switch dock, plus some paperwork. Not bad for $60, right? Okay, so here you're getting a front-facing switch stand where you dock your switch in the front, unlike Nintendo's where it's going to be on the side. Then on the back, you're going to get the IO. So you're going to get your power adapter, HDMI, and for some reason, it looks like a USB 2.0 opposed to a 3.0 on this one. Does it matter? Not really, it's fine. Okay, here's the dock. I kind of missed it there. As you can see, it's kind of not as easy as a Switch dock. You have to kind of give it a little jiggle there, but otherwise good. Okay, so for reference, here's how the Nintendo Switch works. It's a lot quicker and easier, and that's it. Okay, so here's both the docks side by side. Now, the Switch dock is meant to go sideways, but this one's meant to go kind of right in front of you. Some might like the design, some might not, but I'll show you what I mean in a second. Reach around the back though, that's the IO. If you open the Nintendo Switch right there, you're going to see that's where the little IO is. It's meant to go sideways and it kind of routes the cables. I'm not a big fan of this design, but it is nice for organization. So as you can see, this is my plunger. I'm going to have my Switch dock right between my console, right between my PC and my desk. This won't work with any console but the Switch, and it won't work with the Insignia Switch dock. That's why I'm a bigger fan of this design for this purpose and this purpose only. So at this point in time, you all know how I feel about this dock, you know. I really don't like that. So if you're kind of wondering the reason, you know, one is so much more expensive, this is literally double the price, and this isn't. Well, for one thing, Best Buy has a home store and everything, so it's a bit cheaper. Two, they're not doing that rip-off markup. In fact, you know what? See this part right here? This little square here in the Switch. That holds all your ports in it. I don't know if I'm doing a good job with that, but yeah. Little square. That's where the everything is. That's where the little chips are, the motherboard, all of it. This whole other part is just a freaking piece of plastic. That's all it is. So, believe it or not, this is a chip that you can buy from China. It's a very cheap one. I'm not going to go too into detail with this stuff, but long story short, it's just a bit proprietary to the Nintendo Switch. You cannot just buy a USB Type-C to HDMI out and have it working. It will not work. There's a lot of protocols and a lot of other things that go on. So, yeah, it's a very cheap, very basic, very specific chipset that only works with the Nintendo Switch. So basically, Nintendo's buying a very cheap set, probably costs them 12, 20 bucks. I don't know what it costs them. And then they're putting it in this piece of plastic and they're marking up the price. That's all they're doing. It's pretty smart that Best Buy is actually buying their own set and then putting it themselves. So yeah, this will make a lot of money because seriously, a lot of people want a second Switch dock for either on the go, or in my case, in my PC area, in my TV area. But they don't want to spend 120 bucks on this, so 60 bucks is a very, very, very good bargain. But is there a catch? Kind of. You also earlier in my video, earlier on, I had this in between my PC because it's a very thin area. I can't put this there, but that's fine. I'll use one for one, one for the other. And the other real thing is that when I was placing it down, I plopped my Switch right in here. It goes no problem. This one, it takes a bit of a second. Not a huge deal, but it's a bit of a nitpicky complaint. Now, there are other ones out there. There's Nyko, but that one, people are saying it's breaking the switches. I don't understand how that's possible, considering it's a dock. I know you can take this piece out, the USB-C, and put it in. I think that's what it was. That's not a good thing. You want it to sit there and place firmly. Otherwise, if it shakes around, it, you know, every time you take it in and out, in and out, in and out, over and over again, it can potentially damage a port in the future. So that's kind of one downfall of the Switch. Also, one thing to note is I was saying how Nintendo's doing all this proprietary stuff where they're kind of mixing a bit of words, saying they're going to be more open. You can see that it's a blue USB here, maybe if I hold it correctly. I don't know if I'm doing this right, I can't quite tell, but the blue ones are USB 3.0. They're faster, more efficient, but right now they're only 2.0. That's not what Nintendo's been telling us. They will get an update for firmware later on, which is fine, but again, Nintendo's really doing a lot of misleading stuff now, so it's not a great thing. But again, if you're going to buy a Switch dock, honestly, right now, the best one to buy is this Insignia one from Best Buy. 60 bucks. It comes with an HDMI cable. Yay. And it comes with its own charger. So many of these you'll see on Amazon come with no charger or HDMI. They're like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. But again, the Nintendo Switch power adapter is like, I don't know, 29 bucks on its own, 39 bucks on its own. It's not cheap. Can you use a regular charger? Again, Nintendo's doing a little bit of voodoo. So you have to have a certain ampage. I think it's 2.8 amps or it won't charge it the same way. So I can, you know, plug it in. I can charge no problem as I'm playing. But if it's not strong enough, it won't give it the power it receives and it won't charge it. It'll die out eventually. So you don't want that. So if you are going to look for a charger, look for one that's strong enough or just buy a battery bank. It's up to you. I'll make a video about these a bit later on. But again, right now, for the Insignia Best Buy dock, 60 bucks. It's a great value if you want a secondary Switch dock. I hope you liked this video, guys. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about it. I'll catch you on the next one.